Hello and welcome to Constituency Talk. Today we take the short trip to Epworth, which lies about 20 kilometers east of Harare. It is primarily a dormitory town with a lot of potential, which has seen it being earmarked for town status. The National Assembly member is Hon Zalera Makari, who was sworn in after the March by-elections.
Zalera Makari is a member of parliament of Epworth constituency. I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, and I'm a person who believes in doing the right thing, so hence I fight for the position of Member of Parliament to serve this community. I do have ancestral linkage with Epworth. My grandparents are buried here, my family, my siblings are buried here. We have a family home here. So this is home, hence Epworth. A lot of people didn't know why I chose Epworth. It was not coincidence, it was actually by design, because Epworth is so to speak.
Honorable Makari was the National Assembly member for Epworth from 2015 to 2018 through a by-election, and this time around she has come back through another by-election. How does she view the constituents she leads, and what are some of the challenges facing Epworth?
Epworth is peri-urban, and we only say peri-urban because of the fact that we're lagging behind in development. But in all intents and purposes, Epworth sits in Harare Province, which makes it an urban constituency. But as you can see, we're lagging behind Nyama roads, Nyama Getsi, Nyashkoro, even the health facilities. We need more of those. I think it had been neglected for a very long time. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. In terms of the problems that Epworth has, we're lagging behind in terms of development. The first issue is regularization. We want to ensure that people actually get tenure of land. People get, stands avo kana iri 200 square meters, kana iri 300 square meters, ngapegwe zviri pamutemo apiwe vapiwe ma-titles. Now you see, development is supposed to come before settlement, but isusu mu Epworth tantaka zvigadza. So that's why I think the progress and the process of development becomes a bit slower, because we are now chasing after vanhu vatozvigadza, and yet nzvimbo inofanira kuserviswa, nzvimbo inofanira kudevelopwa vanhu vazogara, but tine matambudziko epekugara, so we're chasing our tail, so to speak.
Honorable Makari has already started working with different stakeholders to alleviate some of the challenges the Epworth community is facing, which include delivering good roads for the people.
Ma roads are kusurfaced, tine Delport road ichabatanidza Epworth Nerua, which is almost a highway. It's going to alleviate issue of traffic. Work on Garanganga Road, which stretches from Overspill Corner Store to another shopping center, popularly known as Kwaruben, is being tarred as part of the preparation of achieving town status for Epworth, and also in line with the Emergency Road Rehabilitation Program too, which has been rolled out nationwide.
Road E iri kugadzirwa ichienda ku Overspill. Inofana kuti ive tarred. Izvi zviri kuitirwa kuti sezvo Epworth iri kuregularizwa kuti imite town status, toda kuti zvese zviri kuitika munzvimbo zvive zvinoenderana. Saka zvese zviripo yatotanga kutogadzirwa kuti nzvimbo yedu inake. Kune chirongwa chekugadzirwa mugwagwa munyika yese. Ipapa ndo panopindawo mugwagwa watinawo unonzi Garanganga, unobva paRuben kunosvika pa Corner Store ku Overspill.
Honorable Makari has made sure that the people of Epworth have enough buses to transport them to their workplaces and back, by liaising with SUPCO to ensure that enough buses are availed. A traffic light has been installed at Munyoki Shopping Center, which is a welcome development that has seen a smooth flow of traffic at the junction.
We also have traffic lights for the first time in Epworth. We have one traffic light. We want to have more traffic lights. We've introduced a more reasonable mode of transport. Nezupco, we approached the government. Kutipewa mazupco. Kuno Epworth musha mkuru. I mean, we're looking at almost 200,000 in terms of population. I'm curious to see kuti census year 2022 inobudisa ma numbers akaita sei, but Epworth inzvimbo yakakura. So we are saying kuti for nzvimbo yakakura kudaro, isusu ma legislators, yes, basa redu ndere legislation kupasa mtemo, but also to oversee kuti development iri kufamba zvakanaka here. Are people living in a way that they should live in this 21st century? That's something that I'm very passionate about.
Epworth has a population of 200,000 people and is split into 7 administrative wards. A good health system is key to the development of Epworth, and Honorable Makari is working hard to ensure that it is achieved.
Epworth muno tine ma ward 7. Saka kubva ku ward 1 kusvika ku ward 7 tinoda kuti kunge kuine ma polyclinic. Vanhu vange vachigadzwa zvakanaka vachienda kunobatsirwa kuma clinics avo vasingafambe long distances.
A recently completed Mabvazwa clinic will serve the people of Ward 7, and this is in fulfillment of having a polyclinic in every ward in Epworth.
This clinic was officially opened by His Excellency, I think about almost 2 months ago. It is a satellite clinic, obviously, because it's in one of the wards. We have a bigger clinic, the Epworth Polyclinic, called Ward 2. So it's going to service predominantly the residents of Ward 7. This clinic was built with the funds Devolution. So you're seeing, development at play. We're using devolution funds to give the people, the residents, the services that they need. So this is what this clinic is going to be able to do. If we're given town status, that means our polyclinic becomes a district hospital. So we don't need to refer our residents to Parenyatwa or to Chitungwiza. Vanengwa kungurapirwa muno Epworth constituency.
Councillor Mosamindo of Ward 7 is happy with the developmental projects taking place in Epworth. During the short stint, Honorable Makari has taken the reins of being the constituency's National Assembly member.
Kuzoya kwaita MP vedu Zalera Makari taona paita shanduko inotyisa. Tatovaone ma clinic aruma wards edu ekuti munhu achaenda kure kuti anga achiwana kuti arapwewo awanewo utano hwakanaka. Uyezve tatova nezvikoro zvakatoti wandei zvatovakwa muno muEpworth zvinotanganisira chimwe chatava nacho chichangoburwa saizvozvi state of the art school Adelaide Secondary School zvinoreva kuti aiwa Epworth yava kutodadisa.
Let's take a short break, and when we return, we give you more on Epworth constituency. Please don't go away. Welcome back to the second segment of Constituents Talk. Whether we like it or not, development is coming to Epworth. These were the words of Mr. Tafazwa Mukuti, the Harare Metropolitan Provincial Secretary, at one of the schools built in Epworth by development partners at a ceremony to hand over assets to the school, Epworth Local Board, and the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education.
The reality which is there is, whether we like it or not, development is coming to Epworth because people are coming to Epworth. And the government of Zimbabwe is aware of the fact that Epworth needs better houses, needs better roads, better schools. We need everything that all the other towns have. Fortunately, Epworth now has what we can call a dynamic team Epworth, right? From the councillors, the Member of Parliament, and the local board. There was a gap there, Honourable Minister, and I'm happy to say, as the Permanent Secretary, that Epworth now has one of the best teams in terms of governance. And if we can work together as the whole of government, we can truly achieve the development agenda that we have for Epworth Local Board.
The Epworth Local Board Chairman thanked the development partners for constructing Adelaide Secondary School and invited others to partner with them in building more schools in Epworth.
Plan International has been our development partner for a long time. They've assisted Epworth Local Board to construct a number of schools in most of our wards. On behalf of Epworth Local Board, councillors, management and residents, I would like to thank the Ministry of Education, Plan International, and the Japanese Foreign Affairs Ministry, and everyone who participated on the construction of this best secondary school in Epworth. This area was an informal settlement, but we have since regularized the area. I appeal to those who can assist in schools construction to come to Epworth, because we have main school sites in Epworth, especially in this ward, Ward 6 and Ward 4. We also don't have a government school in Epworth. Therefore, I appeal to the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education to assist us to construct one.
The development partner on this project emphasized the need to have an enabling environment for learners to realize their full potential.
We called this project Improving Secondary Education Environment. And when we talk about the environment, we are not only talking about the structures, but we also want the school environment to be enabling, to ensure that young people, when they pass through the school, they are also able to develop to their full potential. So in terms of what we were doing in this project, in addition to the infrastructure development, we were doing a number of things. One of them was also looking at how we can positively nurture and ensure school as a protective environment for the learners. So when we talk about learners coming to school, we recognize that the school plays a role in ensuring a protective environment. Anti ndizvo here kuti kana vana vakauya kuchikoro tinoti vakachengetedzeka. Paya panoita periods of absence from school, tinoona kuti vana vanogona kusangana nezvakasiyana siyana. Vanasikana vamwe vanoita pamuviri, vakomana vanogona kupedzisira vakuita zvemadrugs. So for us, the school plays a protective environment which allows children to grow.
Harare Metropolitan Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Oliver Chidawo, thanked the development partner for the donation.
Education is a key enabler for poverty alleviation and empowerment of both the boy and the girl child. It is critical for the development of a strong human capital base for the country and helps to minimize the socio-economic problems faced by the country, including but not limited to drug abuse and teenage pregnancies. There has been a high pupil-teacher ratio, inadequate textbooks for learners, poor remuneration for teachers, and lack of access to resources for extra activities for learners. Government is, however, working around the clock to resolve all these challenges in the education sector. I would like to thank Plan International for its important intervention by donating much needed assets in a bid to aggregate government efforts and help improve the education sector in Zimbabwe. The challenges in the education sector have necessitated joint efforts by government and other stakeholders in the education sector, namely non-governmental organizations, the corporate world, parents and teachers themselves in resolving the challenges, and the donation of project assets by Plan International is much appreciated. We would like to encourage all development partners, including the private sector, to pour more resources into the education sector, as this helps to secure a strong and reliable human capital base for Zimbabwe's future.
The National Assembly member for Epworth, Honorable Makari, is proud to have such a modern school in her constituency and called upon the development partners to continue working with the Epworth Local Board in building more schools.
I was overwhelmed and indeed proud to see a school of this nature in our constituency. We want to make sure kuti tagadzira facilities akaita seizvizvi especially tichienda kunano yekuti takuda kupuwa town status. Thank you, Minister. Seguta tinofanira kunge tine nzvimbo dzepamusoro sezvizvi. This school is a beautiful school, but I did notice pandakatanga kuuya ndichitenderera kuti kochikoro chakanaka ichi asi hachina ma-sporting facilities. We want our children to be well-rounded. We want our children, yes, to be excellent students, but also some to excel in sports and other extracurricular activities. So as the Member of Parliament of Epworth, who has a passion for sports and a passion for young people, I think this is something that I will work together with the Epworth Local Board and those involved to ensure that we bring a sporting facility.
She promised to ensure that sporting facilities are constructed and all other services the school requires are availed.
There's so much land. Yokuti ma basketball court, ma tennis court, anokwanisa kuvakwa panapo. We are going to push and to ensure that this school is also beneficiary to the electrification program inoitwa negovernment yedu. Vana vechikoro basa renyu rare kudzidza, rekuisa musoro pasi, muchiverenga, muchidzidza, muchiteerera maticha enyu na head wenyu kuti muende mberi. Handiti munoda kuitawo ma-MP. You're part of history making muno Epworth. I think this is the best school in Epworth thus far. We want to maintain it like that.
Let's take another short break. Don't go away. Welcome to the third and final segment of your favorite program that takes you around the country and brings you developmental programs taking place in different constituencies. And today we are in Epworth constituency. Not all students are gifted academically, and the revised curriculum ensures that sport is taken seriously so as to recognize students who can excel in different disciplines. Domboramware High School benefited from Honorable Makari's efforts to support children through construction of sporting facilities. The head of the school is grateful for the kind gesture.
It has helped the school in that the students who are not gifted academically are also benefiting because their skills are tapped through the sport, and some of them have competed at provincial level. We are aiming to have some of them competing in the national team.
She envisages to bring learners from other schools and school leavers to use the facilities as well.
We're aiming as a school to take some of the students from other schools so that they can use the basketball court, as well as the other dropouts, and also those who are no longer at school leavers, to come and use the basketball court. We are also trying to have more of basketball courts so that more people can use, or more students can use.
Sport is an important aspect in today's education system, and the learners had this to say.
Toitira masports kuti tive healthy, refreshing brain, and kana takura career nogona kuita mari nesport, kuchengeta kana vabereki nesports.
It helps children to be energetic and helps them to feel free.
Ndonzi Blessed Kumbula ndiro tinoita masports kuti miri yedu igare yakasimba, ende tinokwanisa kuzoti kana tikakura tichiita masports tinokwanisa kuchengeta mhuri tichiendesa vana kuzvikoro.
However, there is rampant vandalism at the school, which has seen the sporting facilities being run down.
We have problems here in Epworth. We have community which does not value some of the facilities that we have in the schools. There is a lot of vandalism. They remove the poles, those metal poles. Maybe they use them in the community. We don't know what they do with them. But that's our challenge. So we actually want to encourage the community in Epworth to try to keep what they have for the benefit of their children and also for the future generation to come. It is their children which benefits, so we want them to value their facilities. And also we have our soccer goal post which was stolen last week. So we are actually appealing to the community if they can assist us in keeping the facilities that we have.
Honorable Makari is worried about the high crime rate in her constituency and is working with the local board to ensure that more police posts are set up in Epworth.
Tinema challenges a crime. Obviously, in any informal settlement, because people don't know exactly where you are, there's a lot of crime. So we are working together with the Epworth local board kuisa street lights, nema tower lights, kuti pese panoburukira vanhu panenge paine chiedza kuti vanhu vasapondwe, vanhu vasarasikirwe neupenyu, vanhu vasarasikirwe nezvinhu zvavo zvavanenge vashandirwa. We're also working with the government in order that we get an extra 2 police stations. When I was Member of Parliament, the last time we got one, Kusanwe City, but I think that's not enough. We need at least 2 police stations in every ward in this constituency.
This was also echoed by the Councillor for Ward 7, who lamented the rise in cases of gender-based violence in his ward.
Crime rate, gender-based violence, anga akawandisa zvinotyisa nokuti even police station yanga iri kure ndo mamwe matambudziko atanga tiri kusangana nawo.
In the short time she will be in Parliament, Honorable Makari would want to see the law that will curb drug abuse and the movement of drugs being enacted to save the next generation.
One of the major issues that I would like to table before the House is issues pertaining to drug abuse, which is a scourge in Epworth. The abuse of drug and alcohol, and we need to find a way as legislators that we save the next generation, which are the younger people. Because if we do not put laws that mitigate the selling of drugs, the usage of drugs, we're going to have a generation that is just going to be useless because they're so consumed in drugs.
And what word of advice does she have for other National Assembly members?
What I'd like to tell other legislators is, stay on the ground. When you stay on the ground, are with the people, and you know your constituency and their needs, and you work towards making their lives better. That's why we are voted to be servants of the people. So that's my only advice. Let's stay with the people. When you stay with the people and you have people at heart, you can never go wrong.
With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Constituents Talk, and we hope you have enjoyed the program. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Constituents Talk. May the mighty Lord bless our beloved nation of Zimbabwe. It's goodbye for now.